One match left for the Unseen 17, and it's going to either be LA Knight, yeah, or Gunther. Either guy could do it. Today, I am going to make a case for LA Knight, though. I'm going to give you 5 solid reasons why it should, nay, it must be LA Knight. And then tomorrow, I'm going to do the same, but for Gunther. I love to have opposing opinions on this channel. So let's make a case for LA Knight today, and tomorrow, Gunther. Number 1 reason why it should be LA Knight is because, well, because Gunther doesn't need it. It's like legit. Gunther doesn't need it. LA Knight has never got that big win on his resume that really just means he is the guy. Because look, listen, he beat Logan Paul. That was nice. That was cool. That was awesome to win the US title. But let's face it, it hasn't been enough. All the mistakes, we'll just leave them in the past. Let's look to the future, and LA Knight, he could be the future. Problem is, you gotta treat him as such, meaning you gotta give him big opportunities. Gunther, on the other hand, well, you know, he's already been world champion twice. He's already won King of the Ring. He's already held the Intercontinental title for 666 days, beating the all-time record of the Honky Tonk Man that has been around, since SummerSlam 88, a record that existed, we're 25 years plus 12, 37 years. Gunther beat a 37-year-old record that had been touted on WWE for many, many moons. Therefore, he just doesn't need it. What does LA Knight got? He beat Logan Paul at SummerSlam. That's pretty much it on his resume. This would do it. This would instantly just poof. Any mistakes in the past, fine, whatever. They happened, they're done. But let's make up for them, and this is the way to do it. The number 2 reason is, let's just give the fans what they want. So Sting in AEW, when he retired, he actually retired on top. He pinned the Young Bucks and was like, yay! And it was a feel-good moment because we didn't have to bear Sting losing, right? I don't think John Cena is going to want to win. I really don't think John Cena is going to want to win his final match. Therefore, someone needs to beat him. Therefore, if it's not LA Knight, then it's Gunther. If Gunther beats John Cena, it kind of leaves a sour taste in the fans' mouth. But if LA Knight beats Gunther, well, then we can have a cool moment afterwards where John Cena's like, all right, man, you beat me. Awesome. Good job. We can celebrate him winning because we all like LA Knight. And then we can instantly go into mourning with John Cena. But it won't be like the mourning of a tragic loss. It'll be like the mourning that comes with celebrating the life of somebody, the life of John Cena's career. We're not mourning that he lost to Gunther, the evil villain. We're celebrating that his career is ending while putting over someone that we know and love like LA Knight. Yeah, so we can do fan service and still let John Cena do the time-honored tradition of 1, 2, 3 on his back. So yes. Number 3 is, they're kind of similar if you think about it. When John Cena first broke onto the scene of WWE, I don't think he was given a horrible gimmick, but it definitely was a bland gimmick, and he was almost out the door. And he just got lucky that Stephanie McMahon heard him rapping, freestyling, and said, can you do it on TV? And so next thing you know, John Cena is the Unseen 17. But he almost got fired. Guess who almost got fired multiple times? LA Knight. In his whole WWE history, he was consistently on the next to be cut list. I heard that Shawn Michaels always kept telling management that he had plans for LA Knight, therefore they couldn't fire LA Knight. So rumor on the streets is that Shawn Michaels saved LA Knight's career many times. But when he finally got to the main roster, he was Max Dupree, and that was a horrible gimmick for LA Knight. Took away all of his character. and consistently almost fired. Just a bland character that didn't have anywhere to go. It had no legs. And then finally they give him back the LA Knight treatment, and boom, superstar. A change of gimmick that was bad in the beginning led to a gimmick that was more suited for the person, and boom, megastar, superstar, John Cena, LA Knight. Number 4, they already have history together on screen, wherein Gunther and John Cena has none, really. But the history is this. John Cena was very close to already anointing LA Knight as his successor. It seemed like he was this freaking close. Cody had returned, but LA Knight was just skyrocketing up the card to the point where John Cena did a tag team match with him. He actually had a tag team match with LA Knight, raised his hand and everything, and did the point, and then everything just kind of fell apart the moment CM Punk returned. I'm not saying CM Punk held him down, but suddenly everybody was talking about CM Punk. And then AJ returned, and boom, everybody's talking about AJ. And then The Rock returns, and everybody's talking about The Rock. And then Cody, he has to finish his story. LA Knight was 1 year, just 1 year too late into getting where he needed to be. But because of these other proven commodities, they just kind of like, LA Knight kind of fell backwards and then lost in the upper mid card. But John Cena was already close. He already freaking pointed at him. So maybe we can finish that story of John Cena passing the torch to LA Knight. I will disclaim it and say I get it. He is 43 years old, and it would be great. It would be great if someone like an Obafemi or a Braun Breaker was here. I kind of wanted those guys first over LA Knight because they are young blood. That said, 43 is not that old in today's day and age as a wrestler. CM Punk is the champion right now. He's 46, 47. AJ Styles, he's 48. John Cena, 48, 47. Randy Orton, 46, 47. Let's face it, we live in a different age right this second than when we did in the NWO WCW days, and it was just consistently full of just like a bunch of old dudes, 40-year-olds who, pretty much they didn't wrestle. Their bodies were just very much more beaten down back in the 90s from all the travel, all the hard drugs, everything. Today's 40-year-olds, they get stem cell research, they take sauna baths, they do all these things that has allowed them to, have longevity, and LA Knight is one of them. So I am not saying that his age of 43 is an excuse to give him the championship, but I'm saying here it's not an excuse to not give him the championship. And we can see that he can go. He's entertaining. The fans love him. Boom. So I just wanted to disclaim that. Age is not a factor here. And Gunther, it's not like Gunther's a spring chicken. He's 38. Okay, so LA Knight's 5 years younger. If anything, then let's make this a reason. We got this super popular guy. We got to pull the trigger now before he does age out. We can at least have 3 solid years of LA Knight at the top of WWE. How long was Stone Cold Steve Austin at the top of WWE? About 3 or 4 years. So I think we'd be fine. I know I already did similarities, but here's another one I just thought up. When it comes to character, they're also very similar in the fact that, they're both really good mic talkers and they can just insult their opponents left and right. LA Knight would be the most similar on the microphone to John Cena. And the final reason is you don't pass the torch to a bad guy. You just don't do it. Never been done. When Andre passed the torch, it was to Hulk Hogan. When Hogan passed the torch, he first tried to pass it to the Ultimate Warrior, who was another good guy. Then you could argue he passed the torch to The Rock at WrestleMania 18, who, was a good guy. Hollywood Hogan being the bad guy to the good guy, The Rock. He pointed the finger and everything. Who did The Rock pass the torch to? John Cena held up his hand. pointed the finger at everything. Now, I'll give you reasons why it should be Gunther, why he should pass the torch to a bad guy on tomorrow's video, but for today's video, you pass it to another good guy. Let the fans cheer. He already pointed at Cody Rhodes, and it's like, oh, he already passed the torch to Cody Rhodes. Did he? Did he? Because remember what I said earlier? He's already pointed to LA Knight. He pointed to LA Knight first. He pointed to LA Knight first. So it's fine to get the endorsement on multiple people, but that said, John Cena's last match should be him passing the torch to a fan favorite where he can point, everyone can cheer, they can hug, LA Knight can bounce, and Cena can celebrate, and we can celebrate his career. But yes, it is to a good guy that we pass the torch. It's always been done, and it's what we need to continue to do. So there you have it. The reasons why LA Knight, should be John Cena's final opponent. Tomorrow, we'll talk why Gunther should be the final opponent. I'm going to say this. Both guys are legit and worthy. My pick is LA Knight, and I'm really hoping that Triple H decides to finally pull the trigger. So, boys, girls, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much. Let me know who you think in the comments below, and have yourselves a great day.